Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I do for the while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. Cup Noodles has just gone wacky, and I'm here for it. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm in my back room today, which means we get the Peter Can and Thunderbolt poster behind me. Peter Can and Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be probably one of my favorite super cool shirts. It's boom! It is my cold Year of the Spider anniversary shirt. I love this shirt. Like, I love the design, the spider. You got, like, cool Japanese kanji and everything. Like, it's just a badass looking shirt. If you're unfamiliar with the band Cold, they've actually been around kind of forever at this point. They actually started out, I believe, in the 80s, although under a different name. But they've continued to persist. You know, they kind of took a bit of a hiatus period and everything like that. You know, they've certainly had ups and downs, you know, lots of members coming and going over the years, but, you know, still doing it. I'm a big fan of theirs. They definitely sort of reached their peak in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's when I got into them. And I've been a big fan pretty much ever since. You know, I've been able to see them perform live on a number of occasions now. I actually have videos of those performances on this channel, just in case maybe you want to check it out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're an incredible band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it? Ooh, hamster. Aww. I have hamsters, by the way, in case you didn't know. I'll give you a little treat. There you go, little girl. I'd pick her up and show her to you, but she's not a super sociable hamster. She's more, but she's adorable and I love her. Her name is Aisha. But anyway, yeah. So what am I doing here with the whole thing? Why is it a whole thing with Cup Noodles? So yeah, Cup Noodles, they've just been doing some stuff. Like, so a couple years ago, they announced they had a special edition, you know, flavor, which was a pancake breakfast style of instant noodles. And then just earlier this year, they had the everything bagel flavored instant noodles. I have reviewed both of those. And then now they got this thing. What is it, folks? What are we doing here? It's boom! It is from Cup Noodles. It is their Campfire Smores, all natural and artificially flavored ramen noodles in sauce. Alright. Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever figured that this would be a thing. And also, Cup Noodles, they started using paper cups now. So you can actually just do this in the microwave. You don't have to do the boiling water thing if you don't want to. So that's actually what I did. In fact, they don't list the boiling water thing on here, but I'm sure you could do it. But let's get a thing for the thing. Let's kind of, it looks like this. Ha 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 ha. Let's give it a go. That's weird. But I don't hate it. I should mention, they're not in there anymore because they melted. But there were actually little tiny mini marshmallows too. But yeah, the microwave and the water definitely did that. Um, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, this new, you know, kind of wave of, and I'm sure that it's probably been a thing, you know, in like Asian countries for a while, but at least here in America, getting this new wave of like sweet, I guess it's not a wave yet, but you know, at least a sampling of like sweet instant noodles is really interesting, and honestly, I'm very here for it. Uh, it kind of reminds me of what they did um, with the breakfast noodles, where it's got that sweetness, but then like kind of a little bit of a savoriness to it. And basically, what it kind of tastes like, and this is going to sound disgusting, it basically tastes like if you went over there and you took like a completely, just otherwise flavorless cup of cup noodles, and instead of using water, you made it with hot chocolate. That's really what it tastes like. It really reminds me of drinking hot chocolate. But then you do have the, a little bit of a bite still from the noodles themselves. And yeah, you can taste the chocolate aspect. You can even still taste like the extra sweetness from the marshmallows. I mean, I'm not hating it, honestly. Like, it's clearly a gimmick, but like, I mean, as long as it tastes good, even if it's a little bit odd. In fact, especially if it's a little bit odd, that makes it fun, I think. Yeah. I mean, and the noodles themselves are fine. They're not like they're not my favorite noodles in terms of like instant noodles, but they're nowhere near the worst. Like they're just solid, decent enough instant noodles. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to think coming into this, especially since the last two special ones that they did, like I said, the everything bagel and the breakfast were mixed bags for me. Like I liked the mixed bread, or I liked the breakfast one. I thought that one was pretty good, but the bagel one I was not that into. So I didn't know where this was gonna fall. But like it's odd, but like it weirdly works, and I appreciate that. Not only is it a fun gimmick, but like terms of the flavor and stuff like that, it's actually pretty solid. But two questions have to be asked: would I get it again? Would I recommend it? On occasion, and yes. Here's the thing. So I've mentioned this plenty of times when I do these ramen reviews. Which, by the way, I actually have an entire playlist called Ramen Reviews, which is a playlist of just like instant, cooking stuff that you can typically make in a microwave or on a stovetop. This review will end up there as well. But yeah, so you know, I've mentioned in other reviews that it's like I'm the type of person where when I get home from work, man, like the last thing I want to do is spend a bunch of extra time going over there and cooking. I usually just keep stuff around the house that's simple and easy to make. And so, you know, instant ramen is great for that. It works perfectly in that capacity. Now, here's the thing: would this be a ramen that I would go to grab after a long day of work? No, because it, I like it, and I like the flavors that are involved, and I like that it's a little bit fun and weird. But it's not. It doesn't feel the same. It's almost like a dessert, right? And I typically wouldn't just grab a dessert after work. So like I don't know exactly where this would fit as far as like my thing. I guess I could eat some ramen and then have this at the end as a dessert ramen. But I do think I would keep this around to have as an excuse me to have as an option. It wouldn't be anything I would go to with any regularity, but I do like it. And again, just having it around, I think would be kind of be nice to have that option on those days when I just want to go for it. If I'm recommending it though, and again, this goes back to things that I've said in other reviews. When it comes to ramen reviews, it's always a little bit of a thing because who am I reviewing it for? Am I reviewing it for people like me who, basically just can't be fucked to do a lot of cooking? Or am I reviewing it for people who are, fully capable of cooking and doing what they need to do and, all that good stuff, being proper adults? But, like to have, some instant ramen available as, like an option for maybe a lunch or something like that. Just a quick little thing here and there. If I'm reviewing it for people like me, I'm absolutely going to say yes because I think at the very least it's worth trying. And I think that it's genuinely like it's a weird concept, but the flavors and the execution are not all that unusual. Like it's just wrapping your head around it a little bit. But like it's not bad. It's at least worth a try. Whereas comparatively, for again those more actual adults, probably not. I don't know where this would fit in. Like if you want to try it, absolutely. But I don't know where it would really fit beyond being like a fun little niche thing. But in that regard, there is a lot to be said for it there because beyond again just being completely a just weird little niche item, like it's actually pretty tasty, if just a little bit unusual. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there and have yourselves a truly niche and fantastic rest of your life. I like to think that's how I live my life most of the time, actually. I just kind of do my own thing and just try to enjoy myself. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, are not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I'd like you to go out and do. If you do happen to go over there and try this, or any of the other, like, weird cup noodle flavors, comment. Let me know what you think about them. Because, I mean, like, yeah, I'm going to go in on them, but, like, I'm me. I'm a goofy idiot. So, maybe from a more conventional perspective, competent perspective, perhaps, I'd be really interested to see kind of what you guys take away from it. Because for me, they're just fun and ridiculous, but, who knows? Bye.